By 2020, it is estimated that there will be over 500 million Indians with high-speed internet-enabled smartphones, up from 100 million 3G or 4G-enabled smartphone users today. Clearly, India is in the midst of a telecom revolution that's changing how Indians shop, study, travel, and are entertained.
Hello and welcome to India's Game Changers. In today's episode, I'm going to be spending a day at one of India's hottest entertainment startups, a company that's redefining how young Indians are entertained with this highly addictive slate of internet-delivered entertainment series. I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun.
Arnab Singh, an alumni of IIT Kharagpur, got bitten by the film bug early in his college days. Fueled by his passion for original storytelling, he started his own venture, TVF Play, in 2011, an online platform that produces and distributes original web series.
Hi Arnab.
Hello, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Welcome to TVF Campus.
Welcome to India's Game Changers.
Thanks, and it's a privilege.
What is the inspiration behind TVF? How did it all start?
The entire generation of people between 18 to 34, which also happens to be 60% of this country's population, had stopped watching television or had stopped watching anything which was not Bollywood. Then I realized that why not create a content platform for the young, and that's how we started with TVF, and in 7 days it ended up becoming 1 million views. And so Rowdies happens to be India's first online content which was watched by over 1 million people and went viral.
TVF is rather an unusual name, right? Why TVF?
TVF is nothing. It seems like, how Paytm is the new ATM is what TVF is the new TV. So I think that way I don't think we could have gotten a better name.
You are an engineer, but you don't have a business background in that sense, but you just jumped into it. So how did you deal with the business things as you went along?
I think the basics of business remain the same, and the basics of content business is something that I learned in 5 years. You can get the best degree and study business, but I think the real experience comes when you've actually made your hand dirty doing the business.
Somebody like MTV saying no to a show, did that crush you? Did that hassle you? Did that motivate you?
That's the best rejection that I could ever have had. Brands and viewers say that TVF today is bigger than all the youth channels put together in this country, and that would never have happened if I would have gotten a yes, and they would not have rejected my show. Serving great content and great stories to the young India has always been the ambition. The ways and semantics of it has changed.
Today, TVF boasts of creating some of India's most popular online content properties, branded as TVF Originals. Rated top amongst these are Kyutiappa, Permanent Roommates, Humorously Yours, and now recently TVF Pictures, which has smashed all records with over 18 million views.
So tell me, Pictures. It's 4 engineering graduates like yourself who are starting a startup, and you act in it. How did that all come about?
I wrote it as a story of a startup which is has a small office and does something, and I realized that it has to be called Pictures because in life you're always pitching to someone, either to your wife, to your parents, to your son, to your business, to your client. We got the right partners to do the show. They needed a guy who was half balding to act. As you can see even in the picture, there is bald patch onto the guy with the specs. It was actually at one point of time rated higher than House of Cards and Narcos and South Park. India did not have a single TV show in the top 200 list of global shows. But now, India has 4, and out of 4, 3 is from TVF.
Pictures was ranked 25 amongst the top 250 TV shows in the Internet Movie Database, a feat achieved by an Indian TV show for the first time, which quickly set the company apart.
There are a list of things we try to figure out either great 5 big laughs in the sketch if it is a sketch, or 5 great moments if it is a drama series. We try and solve all the problems on page only. There's immense amount of honesty that is there.
In 2012, TVF launched with Rowdies as its first video on YouTube. 2014, TVF launched India's first web series. 2016, TVF raised $10 million from Tiger Global.
So the $10 million investment from Tiger Global, right? huge validation and acknowledgement of what you guys are doing. So, how did that change things for you all?
Entire VC community, of course, also watched TVF and also were happy with the kind of growth that we were showing. Before this, people never even considered that, okay, a content platform as a business can grow. This was a great pat on the back. So we just take that investment as a cash flow management so that the business can grow. You know, we don't, if we can run faster, then we will run fast.
2011 was one story, right? Now in 2017, the biggies seem to have jumped in. The Netflixes, the Amazons, Star has an offering, Viacom is doing its thing. So how does that impact the way you are thinking and the way you are planning?
It just says that the game is hot. We are the only content platform which is TG focused. So I think, we are very clear that we want to serve the content needs of 18 to 34. So we learn a lot from some of these larger platforms. We learn a lot from these OTT players.
A pioneer in the branded content space, TVF is known for its brand integrations to be seamless and in line with the brand ethos.
A lot of the shows have been very successful. Given that it is web-based and traditional marketing is not possible, how do you market your shows and how do you get people talking about them?
Our content is loved by people. That itself is marketing for us. So our concern is not to market our content. It's the idea is that as long as we are making great content and people loving it, our marketing, at least the brand marketing personally goes on very well. That's what has carved a space for us, and that's why a lot of brands want to work with us, associate with us.
Arnab, one thing, right? A huge number of views don't necessarily give you enough revenue for original content, all that. So where does that balance lie?
For us, it's not one view. For us, it's actually the kind of engagement that we are able to drive onto our platform. So as we grow along and we hope to increase to 50 million user base tomorrow and with a huge engagement, and as that happens, that is directly going to transfer itself into business. When it comes to user monetization, subscription, pay model, I think these are things being tried by Amazon and Hotstar and Netflix, but we are an open network, freemium sort of a network. So we might try it, we may not try it, but I think our focus is to definitely be able to serve brands, because brands need a platform to reach out to the younger country citizens, and TVF is the only platform they have.
TVF has over 2 million plus subscribers to its various YouTube properties. Another 5 million have downloaded its app. This gives a healthy base on which to build a bigger business. However, the key to its success is its ability to consistently deliver unique, well-produced web series that keep its current subscriber base happy, even as it tries to attract new viewers.
Vishwapati, tell me a little bit about the creative process that leads to the brainstorming, conceptualization, execution of shows, hit shows like Permanent Roommates.
We have our own original concepts, some shows, some stories that we want to tell. A lot of times it's basically a brand coming to us with a certain idea they want to explore, and a lot of times both of these things really come together, and that's the genesis of a show. In case of Permanent Roommates, what happened was that coincidentally both these things happened. Like, we had the idea of doing a romantic comedy sort of a show around a couple, and Common Floor wanted to come on board and they wanted to do a show with us. So somehow those two things really gelled well together, and that's how Permanent Roommates Season 1 happened. And then of course Ola came on board for Season 2.
What would that typical TVF viewer be for you if you had to give that person a name and a face and a persona and an age?
Any young Indian with an aspiration to do better in their life, for a better life, I think happens to be on TVF platform. Can we be that platform which helps this community, this aspirational young Indian, say a TG of over 300 million people, become better in their life?
Believing in the mantra of lights, camera and experiment, TVF is now churning out shows that are bigger in scale and caters to a wider audience base.
We have audience not just in metros but also in tier 2, tier 3 towns. A lot of our audience is based outside India. With this show, what we want to do is basically get those 18-year-olds watch this show with their parents also, with their grandparents also. Whatever show we make, we approach it from just a story point of view. We don't think, okay, this is, strategically we want to expand our audience, so make this.
Where TVF 5 years from now, where do you see it?
5 years back as well as 5 years now, the intention and the mission has been the same. Hopefully we'll serve not just India but maybe more. Hopefully we'll be working with even large creator ecosystem. And then, as you can say, lights, camera, experiment. So that's what every day of TVF is all about.
So Arnab, it's been a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you.
All the best for the future endeavors.
Thanks a lot.
TVF has a huge first mover advantage and a loyal subscriber base. Whether or not they can hold on to that base and grow it in the face of stiff competition from the likes of Netflix, Amazon, Star and Viacom will depend on their ability to keep reinventing and churning out fresh hit series. They certainly seem to have the ideas and the enthusiasm to do just that.
Coming up, meet Vani Kola, venture capitalist who is listed as one of the most powerful women in Indian business, and step into the world of simulated sports with Smash.
With over $650 million invested in over 60 startups like Myntra, Snapdeal and OpenLadder, Vani Kola is one of India's most prolific and successful early-stage investors. India's game changers met up with Vani to get an insight into what makes her so successful.
You are great when something works and you're a crackpot when it doesn't. Not every investment is great. A big part of my investment thesis is about finding those entrepreneurs that somehow have some magic about them. They have the spark and they can sort of make you believe, impossible is possible.
Given the fact that she meets hundreds of startup founders each year, what does Vani look for in entrepreneurs she chooses to back?
Their clarity of thought and conviction has to stand out first. Many times, entrepreneurs don't understand how important it is to frame their vision in a way that others can really get inspired by. That has to be backed by ability to truly stay committed and be there for the long haul. Can they really display that inner leadership to manage conflict, to inspire others, to lead through narrow valleys and reach the peaks? That's the intangible of what makes great leaders. And without great leaders, you actually can't build great companies.
One of Vani's early bets was the e-commerce giant Snapdeal that's today valued at over $5 billion. Vani's Kalari Capital invested over $25 million in 2011 when no one else was willing to back Snapdeal. At that time, this investment alone was over 20% of the capital her fund had available for investments in India.
I think they were talking about a future of India that most people were probably willing to write off and not accept as possible. The digital India that we have all today understand underwrites the excitement and the growth story ahead for India's future. But they saw certain behavior of Indian consumer at the mass consumer level and backed by a lot of data, and that data-driven insights was very interesting to me, and also founders that were deeply committed to work hard and build a great business.
From a pure early-stage investor, Kalari Capital has recently moved into angel investing through its K-Start program that seed funds new disruptive ventures.
We started seeing a lot of ideas that deserved support, that deserved mentoring, and yet didn't quite fit into our investment thesis for where they were from a life cycle. And the more we started seeing this, we wanted to be more engaged at the idea level and the ideation level where a founder just starts.
Some of the ventures Vani has backed in the K-Start program are indicative of the new emerging trends in the Indian startup ecosystem.
Simple ideas but powerful impact, like how do I enable affordable healthcare, to ideas around how does future of retail look like if you walk into a physical shop, to ideas around what is the impact of shared economy on the young India, and ideas around what is the next generation home devices from a IoT perspective going to look like. There is just so much cross-section of impact that entrepreneurs are looking to create. It's actually very recharging to have that affirmed month after month when we meet these entrepreneurs.
For someone who operates in a high-pressure, high-stakes environment, Vani is uncharacteristically calm and composed. We asked her what the secret to her work-life balance was.
Probably comes from daily meditation over 20 years. I think I started when I started my own company as an entrepreneur, as a way to find balance and meaning in what you do every moment and try to live your life with a larger sense of purpose. And I think if you are patient and look for right long-term outcomes, I think you are able to make more decisions that truly genuinely is participative and collaborative.
Coming up, step into Smash, an indoor simulated sports playfield.
If you're a cricket enthusiast, imagine what it would be like to bat against one of the fastest bowlers from the Indian or Sri Lankan cricket team. At Smash, a gaming park, one can do this, at least virtually. Brainchild of Shripal Morakhia, Smash is conceived as an indoor virtual reality and sports simulation playfield.
Smash is essentially been created to increase the emotional quotient in a person. And we wanted to create an aspirational play area where people could party and play. Our vision, therefore, is to create the world's best simulators. To start something in a weather-controlled, in a temperature-controlled environment was the first philosophy. Smash has 3 A's, if you see. It's amazing, aspirational, and awesome. And we believe that whatever you find at Smash, you will not find it anywhere else.
Founded in 2012 with an initial investment of $40 million, Smash is an entertainment center that combines sports with virtual reality. Cricket superstar Sachin Tendulkar is a stakeholder and brand ambassador for Smash, and rightly so, as Smash has pioneered in the field of sports simulation technology. And Indian cricket captain Virat Kohli is their youth icon.
Whatever games you see out here are proprietary technology. And we work on a number of technology platforms. So cricket, where else would you be able to play cricket at different levels with a cricketer? And we have developed here the world's first 360-degree simulator.
In Smash Cricket, we generally use the bowler machine. It's a 15-minute game, so approximately 7 overs can be played at one go. From that bowler machine, the balls get picked and get thrown by the bowler machine. So from this system, we control all the actions of the bowlers as well as the scoring, the fielding, everything. We have 24 players registered in the system, and all are international bowlers. You will really feel that your favorite bowler is bowling against you and you're playing cricket.
Smash, spread over 6 cities like Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, and smaller towns like Ludhiana, has unique VR-driven games like this one, which recreates the roller coaster experience. But it's called Finger Coaster for a reason.
You look at our roller coaster. A child draws the roller coaster and the family sits and enjoys that roller coaster.
Smash has its own in-house research, production and virtual reality development team and has created its own intellectual property with these virtual reality games.
Today we have a team of about 40 engineers working on our Mumbai place. We visualize the games, we ideate the games, and then they develop it basically. Our biggest strength is that we have succeeded in creating a very consumer-focused R&D center.
Gaming enthusiasts have some great games to choose from. Walk the Plank, Virtual Reality Hand Gliding, and Art of Attack.
Smash is a gaming heaven for anyone and everyone. It's a complete family place where we have all kinds of games, cricket, bowling, you have magic carpets. It's a fun to be here with alone, with friends or with family. It's absolutely wonderful.
Visitors spend about $15 for a 2-hour experience.
The monthly footfall across our center is about 150,000 people. I think the beauty of Smash is it is age, geography and gender neutral. Anyone who comes to Smash can participate and have a great time.
The USP of Smash is cricket and bowling, of course. So we have cricket and bowling both to keep ladies also busy these days.
A recent addition is a high-end multi-level go-karting zone that is hugely popular.
We are on top of a roof. There is no karting track in India which is made on top of a roof. And we've got a special technology from Spain called the spring barrier system. At the same time, we've got electric carts which have been imported from France. So these carts get charged in 3 minutes. And the kind of acceleration they provide you, the other normal carts don't provide you these accelerations.
I'm a motoring enthusiast and I love this place because it has everything you need in motoring enthusiasm. You get a competition level here. I do come here to improve myself every day. So I love this place. Food is good, ambience is good, and it's a new concept. I really like this place.
Shripad Morakhia has big plans. He recently opened a Smash in a 40,000 square foot virtual reality arcade at the Mall of America in Minneapolis in the US. And there are plans to expand.
We will be opening one more center in the near future in New Jersey. We then go to Saudi Arabia, where in Jeddah we are opening a 130,000 square feet center. We are the anchor tenant in the Dubai Mall expansion basically. My biggest challenge is convincing the investors that we are a global player, that there is a vacuum of a player like us in the global market. Don't look us as Indian players, look us as a player with passion, which is aimed to serve the international market.